Good evening, everybody. Welcome on in to the evening edition of From Day One. As we left off in the afternoon, we have a supported person trying to send someone else to do their drug test in court. We pick it up live
left
where we
side
left
of the
off.
screen with the employee is the lady who represented herself based on the testimony of Miss Plosky to be Dobby Bacon. I guess at this point, again, I'd ask Mr. Noonan, so do you want to stipulate that that's not Miss Bacon, or do you want to continue with this hearing?
We'd like to continue with the hearing.
Okay.
All right, fast forward, Francesca, see if we get any better view. We've seen enough of this shot.
You can see back, you could see the tattoo across her chest when she was facing away from the bathroom, I believe. But if you're satisfied, you can see it right there.
Well, I'm satisfied with this shot. We've seen all we can see in this particular shot. But fast forward through the tape, see if we get any.
All right, one quick second
better.
while we go ahead and get this
Well,
done.
do you know,
I'm going to
Mr.
go
Antino,
ahead
Is there any? Does she ever
and
walk
hide
in the room closer to the camera?
as we make a purchase.
Well, I mean, it's pretty clear to me that that's not Miss Bacon. I didn't watch all 20 minutes, Judge. I got these this morning.
All right, you know what? I've seen enough as well. So let's end the video clips.
No, Judge, I think the lobby one might be your best view.
All right, let's play that.
So right now, Judge, the person purporting to be Dobby Bacon is sitting nearest the exit, the glass door. And then I believe she approaches the check-in, obviously. And for the record, at the bottom, the date is 9/9/23, the date of the alleged incident.
Okay.
And with that, we're back.
So back that up a little bit, Francesca.
Or at least we should be back.
All right, stop, play.
There we go.
And Judge, on this approach, when she walks up, you have a clear view of the front of whomever this lady is. And you can tell that it's not Dobby Bacon right about here. You can see the tattoo going across her chest under her necklace. And I mean, it's just simply not Miss Bacon.
All right, I've seen enough of the videos. Continue with the hearing, Mr. Sorrentino.
Judge, I mean, I don't know what else you want from me. Clearly, this is not Miss Bacon. I don't know really.
No, I don't need any more from you on that. Aren't you going to address the Miss September 29th test? Take testimony from Miss Kennedy?
September 28th. Yes, Judge. Miss Kennedy, could you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Ma'am, I guess, should we swear Miss Kennedy, Judge?
Yes.
Miss Kennedy, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Oh, this ought to be good.
Miss Kennedy, where do you work?
Cole County Probation.
And are you familiar with Dobby Bacon?
Oh,
Yes,
okay. This is a probation officer.
As part of her probation, is she required to test for drugs and alcohol?
Yes, she is.
And since the last time you were here, has she missed any tests, with our focus being on the September 28th test?
Yes, she has.
Could you tell the court, obviously we know, but what dates she missed testing on?
The dates since the last hearing that I received were September 28th, September 29th, and then yesterday, October 4th.
And the September 28th test, what type of test was that? And where was the testing location?
That was an in-person, I believe that was a panel or an ETG. I can bring that up for sure, but it was a test at location at TAP, a urine test.
And was it a failed test or a no-show?
It was a no-show. These all three dates listed were no-shows.
And with respect to, you've been on all morning or since we started this, did you receive, you heard Miss Bacon had a broken rib. Did you receive any verification of that?
I spoke with Ms. Bacon yesterday. She informed me of the same. I asked for verification of her receiving treatment. She did send that. I believe it was received late last night. I saw it this morning. She was admitted and discharged on September 30th at the McLaren Emergency Center for a rib injury or fracture.
Would failing to no-show for a 6-panel drug screen constitute a violation with respect to her probation?
Yes, it would.
No further questions.
Mr. Noonan?
Good morning, Ms. Kennedy. Thank you for appearing today. Do you know how many times Ms. Bacon was tested or was called to test in August?
Objection, we're not on August, we're on September now, specifically.
Overruled, you can answer.
I'm sorry, are you asking for August or September?
I made a mistake. Mr. Sorrentino was correct. I meant September. I'm sorry.
I did receive notification from TAP this morning. I asked just for an overall report for September. Ms. Bacon did report on 9/3 for an ETG test and did produce a negative result for that. Since that time, 9/9 is the date in question in regard to that not being Ms. Bacon. I then received verification the dates from that point on, she has failed to report for testing. So as indicated at the previous violation, I believe there was 9/16, 9/18, 9/28, and 9/29. So to answer your question, the only verification I've received from TAP of her reporting in person for a test in September was September 3rd.
And you're assuming that was not her on September 9th when you say that, correct?
Based on what we're looking at, I do not believe that was Ms. Bacon on the 9th.
And let me interrupt you, Mr. Noonan. That supports my supposition earlier when you were arguing that she was called more than 4 times in September. She may have been called more than 4 times. She only reported once. So anyway, I just wanted the record to be clear on that. Go ahead with your examination, Mr. Noonan.
Thank you. There is not the records concerning this hearing also contend that there were fraudulent tests on August 29th, September 16th, and September 18th. Is that your understanding?
A fraudulent, are you a fraudulent test or a no-show? I'm not quite sure if you're inquiring if we're saying somebody else or if this is just a no-show. I can let you know what I have information from the testing center is a no-show. I don't know if you're using the term fraudulent interchangeably, but a no-show for those September dates.
Okay, thank you. And I am not using them interchangeably. I'm using them, for example, based on your understanding, is there a claim or a contention by the people or by your office that on August 29th, 2023, Miss Bacon had someone else take a test for her, fraudulent test, that you did something like that?
To the best of my knowledge, on the 29th of August,
Yes.
I don't believe so. My understanding was the fraudulent was September 9th.
Other than September 9th, to your knowledge, are there any claims that there's been a fraudulent test by Miss Bacon?
To the best of my knowledge at this time, no.
Anything else?
I haven't seen it, but I think she testifies later. I am absolutely fascinated at what she is going to say.
Mr. Noonan?
Oh, really?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Judge, we also have a bond review scheduled. On 9/25, the court received a Smart Start report that Miss Bacon's tether was dead. Smart Start got in contact with her. She was supposed to appear the following day and did not attend Smart Start to go over charging instructions again.
And thank you for that. Oh, on what date, Francesca?
Judge, we received this on 9/25 from Smart Start, and Mr. Noonan was given this via email on 9/25.
And when was the last PV hearing? In other words, when we continued this to today, from what date?
The last hearing was September 21st.
All right, before that, so we took extensive testimony on her failure to comply with her tether obligation, and then for I forget the number, multiple times, more than 5 times, she was instructed how to use the tether, and then she had another violation after that, according to Smart Start. So with that, I guess, Mr. Sorrentino, anything else from you?
Judge, so, I mean,
I'm not ready for argument yet. I'm asking if you have any other witnesses.
I have no other witnesses. I guess I'm looking at what Mr. Noonan was referencing when he was saying any other fraudulent test. But the report, it says, contrary to condition 2.1, as indicated by TAP testing reports, the defendant failed to test as ordered and / or provided fraudulent samples on 8/29/23, 9/9/23, 9/16/23, and 9/18/23. I think he was arguing that the only fraudulent test, I guess he's not stipulating, was on 9/9, but those other.
And I think the record's crystal clear that there's only been one fraudulent test. They were just lumping the fraudulent with a missed and saying
Correct.
Either a missed test or a fraudulent test on multiple dates.
I just wanted that to be clear.
Only one of those dates is a fraudulent test. So anything else, Mr. Sorrentino?
No, Judge.
All right. Mr. Noonan.
Your Honor, concerning the last issue about the Smart Start device, the documents that I received concerning that issue are that she took the device in. She did ultimately take the device in, and she's been complaining about the device for some time. And the document I have reads, after troubleshooting the device here, we do feel that we need to investigate and troubleshoot further. And it goes on to say in substance that they gave her a new device for free. So that to me suggests strongly that, well, there may have, that certainly they at least thought there might be something wrong with it. So my client is not fabricating this. She's been having problems with this device, and the testing company at least agreed that there's enough to warrant some troubleshooting and follow up. So she's not an expert.
The way I interpret that is that she made the complaint. They gave her the benefit of the doubt and investigated, and at the end of the day, there was nothing wrong with the equipment. She just wasn't charging it. If you don't fully charge the wall unit, the other part of the device doesn't work. I thought the testimony on that was crystal clear multiple times over the course of this event, including on, what was the date? September 21st, Madam Clerk?
The last hearing, yes, Judge, was September 21st, and the other hearing prior to that was September 19th.
Right. All right. So, but I guess I'm asking, do you have any witnesses, Mr. Noonan?
No.
All right. So, Mr. Sorrentino, your argument on this case.
Well, where do I start? I
Yeah,
guess
where do I start?
Try the beginning.
Well, I don't know when that is. The video, we watched video of Miss Bacon driving a vehicle, even though her license is suspended, during a Zoom proceeding. That was, I forget which date court that was, but she was literally driving around in a vehicle. She was the driver. It was clear that she was the only person in the vehicle. That is not only a violation, I guess, of both the law, since her license is suspended, and probation, because she's not to break any laws. So, the fact that she had the gall to do that during court is just unbelievable to me. Then we heard from Megan Plosky.
And on that point from the last hearing, Mr. Noonan, when asked about that, well, it does suggest she's driving, quote unquote. But anyway, go ahead, Mr. Sorrentino.
Suggest she's driving. Based on the video, you could see the background moving. There's no doubt she was driving. Then we heard from the TAP employees, Miss Plosky and Miss McVetti, regarding the September 9th, 23 issue. We've seen video, we've seen sign-in logs, we've seen still shots. Miss Bacon had another individual appear for her testing at the facility